Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, welcome back to some more Pokemon Unbound, the insane bugs only playthrough. Last time, we did some good things. We got past the legendary dogs with actually I quite liked that team. I thought it was kind of neat the way that we used them. 5 Pokemon I don't think we'd really used before. Then immediately afterwards we get into a battle with 2 legendary birds and I was stumped. And I'm not gonna lie, I spent a day off camera, basically 24 hours off camera, thinking about this battle. And I was still stumped. I couldn't think of a way to get around it. And actually, part of the reason for this was I didn't really fully appreciate what was occurring in this battle. And I didn't really realize the connotations of having raid armor on these Pokemon. I sort of just assumed they would be like these blockers, you know, to stop you just one-shotting one of the birds. But you could still play the game right. Oh, contraire! That's not the way it worked. So I did some testing off camera before I finalized my squad. And because they have raid armor, they're treated basically as a raid den type Pokemon. Why this matters is there are certain moves in the game that are non-damaging, for example like Hypnosis or Screech, that target opposing Pokemon and causes some sort of like debuff effect. They don't work if you have raid armor, so I can't use some of the common strategies I use to beat the dogs versus these guys. And that's actually a huge deal, because when you see this like absurdly strong Pokemon, like this boss Pokemon, you just want to put it to like sleep and then debuff it and then bring some other people in and debuff it again and then get someone to just like clean up house at the end. It's really hard to do that versus these guys. Now, I do have some advantage. I say some advantage. Theoretically, secondary effects on damaging moves still can go through. So for example, T-Wave wouldn't work against them, but Discharge with Paralysis could work against them. So I went through all of the bugs and, you know, tried to put together who would be best versus what. And I eventually have come up with a team that I think is capable of winning this. It is a lot of RNG-based shenanigans, and it's a bit cheesy in the sense of the Ho-Oh, but honestly, that Ho-Oh is disgusting. Just for some comparisons, I think I worked out like Heracross versus Ho-Oh, which is, you know, 4 times weak to flying type damage, versus that Ho-Oh, I think it takes like 600% health damage. There's like no way you can keep it alive. You can like Reflect with a berry that gives you half damage from flying type moves, and Reflect gives you half damage from physical type moves. It still died, like, through the calculations. Like, they're absurd numbers. And as I said, I can't just one-shot them back because they have armor. Not only just armor, they have 4 bricks of armor, so I have to like hit them 4 times before I can kill them. However, there is some other ways I can cheese this battle. And you actually have got an idea of what I thought of after what I did last time, because if you remember, I beat Ho-Oh in the last episode. Couldn't get past the lugia, but I did beat Ho-Oh. Thanks to the fact that Ho-Oh attacks with Brave Bird, and it takes recoil damage, and the recoil damage ignores your stats. It just does a percentage damage to your health. It ignores your armor, so it goes underneath the armor. So literally my plan to beat Ho-Oh is to cheese it with recoil damage. And I don't know exactly how all of this is going to come together, or exactly how the AI works. My current theory is, because a lot of these Pokemon I'm going to reveal now should just die to Sacred Fire anyway, in which case it could completely destroy me. Also, it has Recover, which could cause me also to lose. But I have a running theory. My theory is that Ho-Oh almost always wants to Brave Bird when it can, because Brave Bird is 100% accurate, whereas Sacred Fire I think is 95 accurate, so it doesn't want to risk the mischance. So predominantly it wants to do Brave Bird. Also, I think it won't ever recover if it can see lethal. Even at the cost of its own life, it will always try and pick up a kill. And this is where I can cheese it. Now, if you remember in my battles against the legendary dogs, I had one Pokemon that took a huge amount of damage to its health to set it up for a future turn where it could then do actually a stat reduction in that case. This time though, it's going for a stat increase instead. That Pokemon is Accelgor. Accelgor has access to the ability move Endure. It can endure 1 hit, which means that when Ho-Oh Brave Birds it drops down to 1 health, it survives. The Ho-Oh takes basically all the recoil damage it would take anyway, and jobs are good. Then I eat the citrus berry, and I gain a chunk of health back, a quarter of my health back. Which means again, if it does another Brave Bird, it's going to get its health chunked again. Not only that, because of the effect of Unburden, which means I go faster on the second turn, I outspeed the Ho-Oh, it lets me do a recover, and then I have even more health for it to, like, you know, trim through my health with Brave Bird. And in case you're wondering, the recoil damage is a percentage based on the amount of damage the Pokemon does to you. So the more health I have, the more recoil damage they take. It's a very good deal. And as I said, I don't think they'll ever Sacred Fire, because they always see potentially lethal. And I don't think they'll ever recover, because they always see lethal. I will say, occasionally, and this is going to be a bit of the RNG, which I don't fully understand, occasionally it will use Earthquake when it lowers me to this point, because it can just kill me. But I think it's a damage roll, so I think it depends on, like, I think it depends on a few things what happens, but I don't know exactly for certain what causes it to sometimes Earthquake and sometimes not Earthquake. I have some, like, redundancy in the plan. Basically, if it Earthquakes, I think 2 times I can generally get away with it, but hopefully it will Brave Bird 2 times back to back. We'll see it when we come into action. Anyway, so this chunks down Ho-Oh by about 1/3 of its health. So how do I deal with the other 2/3 of the health? Quite simple. I just use 3 of them. So that is the grand plan. I have 3 Accelgors that all have identical movesets. They will all get chunked down. They'll endure and they'll recover. The 3rd one, by the way, is Dingle, which I'll get back to in a moment, but Dingle has got another use as well. This hopefully gets me through the first Pokemon. These 3 versus 1, fine, that's a great deal. The question then is, how do I get through Lugia? Also, Kiki K, thank you for the subscription, much appreciated. How do I get through the Lugia? So I then had like a running theory, and it's going to be an honourable mention here to Ledian, who didn't quite make the squad, but he kind of like brought me this idea. So originally my idea was that the only way I could think about getting through this was doing double team shenanigans, making my evasion extremely high, so much so that the Lugia just couldn't hit me, and I could just whittle him down over multiple turns. The reason Ledian came into mind was I was actually thinking of Yanmega as well, who may be the original influence of this, with my cheese low pressure strats. Ledian can learn double team. It can also learn reflect, and Lugia only has special attacking moves. Also worth noting, Ledian can learn sword stance, which can pass on attacking moves. It can also learn baton pass. So my idea was to get this insane evasion stat on Ledian, get some other stats along the line. I actually put weakness policy on it as well when I was practicing this. And through all of this, it could live through 1 attack of Air Slash, because actually Lugia only has Air Slash as like the big damaging flying type move. So only 95 accurate is not perfect. And it could live through that with Light Screen and then pass on these stats to another Pokemon, which we'll see in my squad. Unfortunately, it was extremely inconsistent because it's a Ledian, right? It still gets chunked down in 2 hits regardless, and it ended up being better just double teaming on a Pokemon that I was intending to use for the rest of the battle. This gets me to the actual Pokemon that's in my party, because originally I had another Pokemon to set up first, and that Pokemon was Galvantula. The reason Galvantula is in the party was that, again, it survives through 1 Air Slash, and because it survives through 1 Air Slash, the AI for Lugia tries to do Toxic first. And this means that Toxic is only 90% accurate. If you use double team on Galvantula instead, there's a decent chance you dodge that attack. And then rather than doing a baton pass turn, instead all I do is spam Discharge, because Discharge has a 30% chance to do paralysis. And the combination of raising my evasion and paralyzing the opposing Pokemon, I thought would allow me to get through this battle. It gives me a better chance to get through this battle. So Galvantula was in this squad. I mean, it was in here with Ledian before, but I came to the conclusion it was actually less reliable to use Ledian and try and pass on those stats to another Pokemon, which we'll talk about later, rather than just doing what we're going to do, which is use 2 Galvantula. So there are 2 Galvantula in this squad, there are 3 Accelgors, and they basically fill a similar niche. I will say my first Galvantula is actually more tanky than my second one. My first one is there purely to survive through an Air Slash and a Toxic trigger, and try and strip off the raid armor from this Pokemon. Then it passes on to the other Galvantula. This one survives, again, 1 Air Slash, but not necessarily 1 Air Slash, 1 Toxic. It's a damage roll, but it's normally like you will die in that situation. But it has higher special attack, so once I've stripped off the armor I deal with the first Galvantula, the second one sweeps up and cleans up the rest. Also worth noting on these 2 Galvantula, again, it's really this battle is just about abusing the AI, to be honest with you. They're both holding Petra Berries. Petra Berries cleanse poison when you get poisoned. Also, they cleanse toxic. It doesn't care if it's poison or toxic, it does it to both. And what's really nice in this situation is you can spam double team, and if you get hit by toxic, it gets cleansed off with your berry, which allows you to put another double team turn on, and it increases the chance that you will dodge the second one, and then maybe the third one, and so on and so forth. It will keep spamming toxic because it realizes it can't one-shot me otherwise. Generally speaking, this lets me get about 3 turns in before I have to start discharging, but those 3 turns are quite important. The final Pokemon, I've got to say, may never actually see any play in all of this, but theoretically could have been useful. The final sweeper for all of this was Heracross. And it's not just any Heracross, it's Olympus Heracross with the flinching strategy. I'm going to be honest with you, this was what I was going to baton pass all the evasion stats onto because it can do something that not a lot of my other Pokemon in my book party can do. It can attack multiple times per turn, which is pretty good, I thought, to get through the raid armor. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I was hoping like each hit would like sequentially knock off one block. It doesn't work that way. It actually works through all your 5 attacks and strips one off. So that was the first thing I fucked up over. The second thing is Heracross is an egg move called Rock Blast, and I wanted to teach Heracross Rock Blast for quite some time. And I sort of assumed with the, and I can't remember if I actually mentioned this, in the breeding school now I have access to someone that will transfer egg moves from Pokemon to Pokemon. And I thought, brilliant, because Wormadam in the same egg group learns Rock Blast. So surely I can just take the Rock Blast of Wormadam and put it onto Heracross. No, you can't, because Wormadam hasn't got egg moves, because Wormadam is a piece of shit. No, Wormadam doesn't have egg moves because of the breeding routine for Wormadam. The only females can become the Wormadam, the males become Mothin, so it hasn't got any egg moves because of that. Take it up with, like, Game Freak. So I thought I could actually transfer this move over, like, via not breeding, because I don't want to get into it, but you can't get Rock Blast via normal conventional breeding means right now. I can actually fully enough by the next route, but I can't right now. You can't do it even with the cheap person, so I built up this squad for Rock Blast, but I can't use it. Nevertheless, Lugia is Psychic Flying, so my usual strategy of Pin Missile is still not too bad because it is still effective, but it's only neutral. I think, though, if you see Heracross, I fucked up, really. I'm probably doomed. But again, hopefully we will be able to deal with it with the other 3. As I said, I'm going to give you some honorable mentions as well before I go and do the battle. This is the Ledian Comet that I bred specifically for this situation. This was his move pool, but I did some testing, and more often than not, it just leads to frustration. So the idea was, you know, double team multiple times, light screen, give it weakness policy, get a bunch of stat boosts, baton pass it onto Heracross, and invariably the Heracross would then just get one-shot by the Lugia, because obviously Heracross is 4 times weak to flying type moves, and it falls over at 1 hit, so it was just really inconsistent. The other thing to shout out, by the way, off camera, I got a Shuckle. I didn't really want to do stuff like this off camera, but while I've been doing all the breeding stuff off camera, which is just pure grinding, as I said, which is kind of why I didn't really want to do it for you guys, I sometimes do this rock smashing in the volcano. I forgot what it's called now, Cinder Volcano. And it says in my notes and like on the guides and all this that you can get Shuckles a very low percentage drop. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've rock smashed in that area for maybe 3 or 4 hours at this point, just like randomly running through and rock smashing as I go past. And then finally, in the last like recording block, the last preparation block, I found one. It just appeared, which is actually kind of annoying because I might have tried to fuck with the Shuckle in this battle, but it came up too late. I'd already put the foundations together, so I've got this Shuckle as well now. So we have got a Shuckle, and I will put appropriate moves on it, and maybe we'll see it again in the next episode. The final thing I'll mention is I also wanted to put 2 Heracrosses in the squad at one point, so I've actually bred a perfect Heracross right now, which hasn't got a name, but down the line we might use this Heracross instead of Olympus. It's actually better than Olympus. I'll also say with the nature mover, I have changed the natures of my Pokemon. Very specifically as well, I needed Heracross to have speed nature, so that the nature of Heracross is different from what it once was. It now is, I think this is Jolly, right? Up speed minus special attack. If I didn't do this, this would be slower than the legendary birds, but now it's quicker, so that's very good. Again, similar for the Galvantras, they've got very specific moves and very specific EVs. Okay, not this one. This one is just defensive, but this one has got a very specific moveset to let it live through 1 air slash while still outspeeding the Ho-Oh and doing a decent amount of damage with 68 special attack EV. So a lot of work has gone into this is all I'm going to say. And I'm going to be also honest with you, this might take some time still, despite all of this. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping this is like completely okay, but as I said, it comes down to a lot of rolls on evasion, and when I get +1 evasion stat, I think it reduces a 100% accurate move to about 75% accurate. If you hit a second one, I think it lowers it down to like 2/3 and to a half or something, and if you can get it to +6, it's 25% chance to hit you right on a 100% accurate move. Air Slash is only 95% accurate, so it's actually slightly less than that. Toxic is only 90 accurate, so it's even lower, but it's still like the odds are in their favor that they win. Also, the odds are in their favor purely because my first strategy, if the AI plays smart, like if this was a real human playing it, I could never win with this strategy. But fortunately for me, it's not a real human playing this, so I can theoretically beat it. Oh, I also got one final thing to mention. Dingle is very specifically in this position, because if my strategy goes perfectly, Dingle lives on about 1 health. That's the perfect situation. And then Dingle goes into the Lugia fight and has a priority move that allows it to strip off a bit of armor as well. In fact, it's better than that. It can actually strip off 2 armors potentially, because of the way this game works. The berry is it's given back to at the end of a boss battle, and it's treated as 2 separate boss battles, this. So, when Dingle swaps in onto the second battle, he re-eats its citrus berry, ideally. And this gets it out of range of Earthquake, and the game tries to use Earthquake to kill this thing, because Earthquake is 100% accurate, whereas Air Slash is 95 accurate, so it kind of abuses the game. So this Dingle can actually potentially strip off 2 armors. Don't worry about double team on here. I kind of put it as a last resort that maybe try and beat the game with Dingle, but it's kind of like unrealistic. In terms of the moveset of the other Pokemon, it's not like that drastically wild. Thunder Snow, as he's called, is double team spam, and then we'll use Discharge. They're the only 2 buttons I'm going to probably push ever. Thunder Clap, which is the more damaging one, again, it's going to spam double team and Discharge. Don't worry about the other 2 attacks. We've seen Brush, it's the same as all of them, and then this is just the normal Olympus moveset, where I'm just going to spam Pin Missile and hope that Razor Fang actually procs. That is literally the strat. Again, I've burnt the Heracross because it's got guts. But I think if we see Heracross, then, like, the alarm bells should be ringing. Anyway, I'm going to create a save state here as well, just to quickly get back to this point. I can't be bothered doing all the burn strat again, so I'll add the death, but I'll just reload back to this point. What's really troll, by the way, as well, on the next route, there's a bunch of bug rock Pokemon I can get, which would make this battle considerably easier. So, sadly, I haven't got access to them. So yeah, we are going to cheese this bird. So we spam in Jaw. It will do Brave Bird because it sees lethal via Brave Bird. It doesn't see lethal via Earthquake right now. And Sacred Fire is only 95 accurate. I live. I eat my berry. I have Unburden, so I go faster. And this is going to chunk Ho-Oh for a decent amount. Now I'm going to do Recover. We're hoping here that it was Brave Bird again. It might Earthquake, though. Which actually, if it Earthquakes, there's a chance I live as well. In which case, we get into a really funny scenario. Perfect. It Brave Bird again. I think this means I can guarantee to beat the Ho-Oh now, because otherwise, if it Earthquakes every single time on the second attack, I can't beat it, so we have to reload. I also kind of was a bit lazy with the Accela gods, I'm going to be honest with you. Dingle's not got an appropriate stat line for this battle. I really should have made a third one, because I need to max out their health stats so that they do more damage to me, so they take more recall damage. But Dingle isn't max health, so it's really down to Brush and Thicket, I think they're called, to endure the damage, make them do a bunch of recoil damage, and then we can finish them off with the lesser health Dingle. So I think we're now in range that Dingle can get you with Endure. I'd also say it's optimum right now, actually, if I do get it with Dingle down to 1 health. Actually, this could be perfect. So it's chosen to do Earthquake this time for whatever reason. And I did die, so I'm pretty certain that's a damage roll, though. I think I can sometimes live, but I'm really happy with this. As long as we kill on the recall damage here. But Dingle being on 1 health is actually optimal. So we Endure. Please die. There are situations, I've got to be honest with you, where Ho-Oh does live through this, I think. I don't fully understand why. Okay, it didn't live. Sometimes it lives on like 1 health, and I'm like, how? Which is really annoying because I can't get through the armor then, so I just lose. But anyway, you saw the berry just proc for me then, right? So you might think I don't have the berry for the next battle. Wrong. I get a refund on it, so I'll get the berry back next battle, which means that Lugia will try and Earthquake me to start with, and Earthquake won't be lethal once the berry triggers. It's really weird. I actually don't know if this is intentional or if it's a bug, but it works very well for me, so I'm very happy with this. So right, so in this battle, I'm actually going to do it for real this time. I'm going to strip his armor off, his raid armor off, and then I'm going to kill him. That's the intention. Oh, in case you're wondering as well, this thing has +3 defense, +2 special attack. Ho has +3 defense, +2 attack. Like, they're really obnoxious. Anyway, we are going to Water Star here, and it's going to strip off at least one barrier. My berry will pop halfway through, because the game sees, like, you know, oh, you're below berry eating health, and you've just done something, so you've been brought down to this amount. Therefore, I need to eat a berry. Now I'm above the health the Earthquake will kill, but Lugia didn't know this. He thought he could kill me with an Earthquake. But he shouldn't kill me here. I think I'll live. Yes. We could do, like, recovery shenanigans, by the way, here, just to stall the battle out, but it really doesn't actually help me, because eventually when I get healthy enough, it just does air slash. But that's 2 blips gone. Perfect. So far, incredible. The perfect battle. Great work to all my kamikaze Accelgors. Now it's time for the Galvantulas. And this is where, like, the true RNG comes into it, because I need some lucky double team evasions. So we're going to double team, he's going to do Toxic. Toxic is 90 accurate. I think with, like, one double team, it's going to be, like, 70% accurate. He hits me. But this is why we're holding a Petra Berry. So we're going to cleanse the poison. And he's, again, going to see he can't air slash me and kill me. He can't Earthquake and kill me either. The damage calculations don't work. So he's going to try and Toxic me again. But now I've got 2 evasion stats, which I think brings this down to probably closer to a bit less than 2/3. Okay, we got a lucky, he hit me with 2 Toxics. I think at this point when he's hit me with the Toxics, I'm kind of incentivized to go for him. So hopefully he'll miss an air slash here. It is even less, oh sorry, no, it's more accurate than Toxic, but not by a lot. Hopefully we get paralysis as well. Alright, that's actually probably the worst case scenario, but it still doesn't super matter. Oh, we actually live quite comfortably because I made this thing tankier. That's right. Okay, I'm okay with this then. We stripped off all the armor, that's all I really cared about. And we're going to rinse and repeat. I'm going to do the same thing on the next Galvantula. We're going to dodge as many times as I can. We don't really care right now about him regenerating. I'd obviously rather him not regenerate via leftovers, because this thing is holding leftovers. But it's lost all the stats it gained at the start of the battle because I stripped off its armor, so it's actually, like, it's there for the taking. But I'd rather not fuck around. I know from, like, basically full health we can get him. Oh, you use Roost. I've never seen it do this before. This thing also has multi-scale, I think, or something along those lines, which means it takes half damage while it's at full health. But again, I can kill you in probably 2 discharges from here. And I'm getting harder and harder and harder to hit. That's 2 evasion stats up. Yeah, again, you hit the Toxic, which is very lucky. Toxic normally only 90% accurate. On top of me, like, making it 2/3. Sorry, 2/3 chance you would normally hit. There goes the berry again. I'm hoping for an evasion here, gonna be honest with you, game. There you go. So we dodge a poison, and he's gonna keep spamming Toxic, so I'm gonna keep spamming double team. As soon as he hits me with a Toxic, or I get to +6 stats, I'm gonna attack him. Alright, he's hit me on the +4 one. We go for him now. And we're praying for discharge paralysis. I will say, as soon as he hits me, I think I'm gonna die. Because I'm not as bulky on this one. I'm more attacking minded. So this is all about dodging this attack. We dodge it because I've got +4 evasion. And he's using a 95 accurate move. And now multiscale's not active. He's gonna probably try and heal back to full again. And I'm just gonna kill him. Or getting close. Got him close. Is this Roost? No, he air slashed me. And he hit. What a scumbag. Okay, Heracross is going to have to take me across the line. Which, by the way, is slightly awkward because Pin Missile is only 95 accurate, but if after all of this I miss my Pin Missile, then God hates me. 50% chance to flinch. I'm going to need 3. Please don't roll 2. Oh my god, I think we've got him. I need to roll 4. Okay, we got 4. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I said this battle was going to be hard. No, it's actually easy. Even through pure RNG. That's it, right? There's no other battles, please. Alright, I honestly can't remember what the storyline is there. Oh, I get sent into my cube or something. That's right. I think like my father's in here or something. Do I have to do a battle in here? Because if so, I've got an issue. My squad is not really designed for battling. Also, this is a puzzle, and I'm on insane puzzle difficulty. You know what? I don't trust it. Oh my god. I trust the right. Right is always right. Wait. Oh. Right is always right. Now don't walk over this one. I'll try this one. The second one. Please don't take me back to the beginning. This seems good. I'm going places I've not been. Can I not just jump the gap, please? I'm gonna say this way. Fuck. That's not good. Okay. We go this way again. I think this is all fine. So I guess we skip after the second one. I don't think there's any logic to this, by the way. I think it is just trial and error. We'll go this way. Alright, I'll try another one. Unless where I went to on that second one was another path and I missed it. That might be the other answer. This maybe was the correct one. Well, if it's not here, we know. Is this different? Am I somewhere different? I don't remember. That seems bad. Alright, we'll try and just go all the way to the left here. Then this way, I guess. Excuse me? I think I fucked up. I think I did that path already. I'm lost. I'm so lost. Okay, we're back here again. That's fine. We can work this out. So we go left here, I think. Is this back to where I started? Alright, maybe the right path is wrong. Try left. Isn't this where I just was? Oh my god. Let's try middle. Help. I'm so lost. I think if we end up here, we're always wrong. Because then I just go left and it took me to the wrong place. And I'm pretty certain right took me to somewhere not novel. Yeah, right just takes me back here, which is not right. So left is the only outcome which is correct. Or it progresses me. Which then takes me back here, which is not good because this is where I keep getting sent back to. Alright. Send me right, send me down. Try this again. Like, this takes me to somewhere I've never been. That's a direct path, so I can't do anything about it. And then this takes me back to here. So that has to be wrong. Okay. So it's definitely, actually, it's not this one, right? Did we ever check this? Yes, we did. That's also wrong. So definitely wrong. Definitely wrong. Check it again. Definitely wrong. So it has to be the last one, or this is the wrong path. Or I'm missing something on one of the other paths. I guess that's the other option. But I think the path was linear on this one, so it couldn't be that way. Unless... Hang on a sec. Let me see where this goes. This one takes me to here. I think we tried this right. Takes me to here. Which does this. Which seems wrong. Like, I'm trapped. And we tried left here, and that's wrong. My only other running theory right now is that perhaps I go through one portal and go back through the portal I came through. Maybe that's the solution. So this second one, it took me to some, like, mysterious land, because I've never been back here other than on this pathway. If I go left, it's wrong, but what if I go back to the right again? Or, like, sorry, back to the left again, like this. Puzzle-solving master. If you eliminate all options that are possibly correct, then the only option that is left has to be the right one. Helm Island Destroy... Oh my god, I just realized I have to fight Primal Groudon. Well, don't... I remember this battle. Don't they give you Pokemon, right? Anyway, at the very least, I've moved the needle along, so I'm content with that. Let me go and grab some actual real Pokemon now, and not these ragtag bunch of misfits who are there to cheese Ho-Oh and Lugia. I'm going to be honest with you as well. Do I really need 3 Excelgors going forwards? Probably not, so we may never see these Pokemon again, but don't ever forget the names of Thicket and Brush, and Thunder Snow as well, who I probably won't ever see. Thunderclap I might actually use, though. Oh, in case you're wondering, I'll show you in a second. This is the breeding school where I spend most of my days. When I'm not, you know, streaming. Thunderclap, I'll keep you going forwards. Just really take all your items, but I can't be bothered. You can go into goodies for now. You've earned your place in the goodies box. I need to sort out your moves pools because you don't like have real moves right now, but for now, everyone in the box. Olympus, I'll keep you. Let me grab low pressure since you can fly, and flying is very powerful in this game. I'll grab Glenn as well because why not? Good move coverage. I'll grab Phlegathos and one other one. I'll grab one of my mini Araquanids. I need to go through at some point and sort out which Araquanid I actually want to keep going forwards, which one is the best of the Araquanids. And actually, the real answer to that might be none of them. We might want to get a better one because they're not perfect on the IVs, right? They're all like pretty, yeah, they're pretty much all over the place. Some are not that bad, but not perfect at the very least. Anyway, item, take it. And then I need to give you your item back. I took all the items off the Pokemon, by the way, just in case I needed it for other reasons. So you can take the Lax Incense back. You can take... I kind of want to use to hold, to be honest with you. You can hold a Quick Claw. And you're fast enough as it is. I think you can just hold onto a magnet or something and do reasonable damage that way. That's good enough for me. And actually, Thunderclap, are you the one that has a entry hazard setter? You do have Sticky Web. Okay. I'll keep it like this. I might as well run back. I was going to say I can fly back to the volcano, but it puts me on the wrong side of the volcano. Oh, I forgot to say, there was a woman in that breeding house there who lets you pass on egg moves now. I unlocked her when I beat Maxima. I didn't realize that it did, but I did it. So again, everything I'm doing is slowly making my life easier and easier. Oh, by the way, this is the new baddies, the Light of Ruin. The previous one all used Dark-type Pokemon, these guys use Fairies. I'd much rather deal with Dark-type Pokemon, to be honest with you. Dark and Psychic, actually. So, this is going to make my life a little bit more miserable. Then again, there are a decent number of bugs that are bug poison, which is fine. Did I bring one of them? Nope, of course not. Do you have more than one Pokemon, by the way? I wasn't paying attention. I'll just discharge you. Discharge and hope for the best. Alright. I was going to say that's a crit, I think. We're going to see a pattern emerging. Alright, was this your only Pokemon? Nope, you had 3. I should have probably set up an entry hazard then. We'll just sack Galvantula. Maybe we'll get paralysis and win that way, but I don't know what Sylveon's going to do. I don't suspect I've got a particularly safe swap. Alright, that's pretty minor. That's Drain Kiss, though. Alright, did I bring a Steel-type Pokemon, or did I bring a Poison-type Pokemon? No. No on both counts, so that's not ideal. I think my next best bet is Grove, but oh, you don't have Surf. I really should teach you Surf. I'll go for Water Pulse. Oh, okay, I'm going to do no damage now. Confusion. How much does this do? I maybe should have stockpiled then and just started getting defense. Not that much, but equally I'm not doing a lot back. If Drain Kiss is his best move, theoretically I can just stockpile up, take less and less damage. The Drain Kiss will therefore heal less and less, and I'll swing the battle that way. Also, when the screen goes off, I can then actually do some real damage. All this being said, though, maybe I should start attacking now. Because I have no way to heal back up again through this. I mean, that's half damage, right, for a double defense up. Yeah, he's doing, like, nothing now. Confusion. Light screen's gone. I'm going to Bubble Beam you. The light screen's back. How? Are we speed-tied? How did I attack second last? No, wait. No, it's not a speed tie. You're faster. It's just the screen ends at the end of a turn. Alright, well, this is going to be a bit of an annoying battle. To be honest with you, I should just swap, but I really don't have a good swap. Crits are another way out of this. You're right, game. Crits ignore the stat drops. One confusion is all I ask for. I'm going to switch to Bubble Beam because it does slightly more damage and it might matter. I think we're going to just come short though, but at least we'll set up someone else to get the kill. And actually, I think Light Screen's about to end again, so they might set up Light Screen again rather than kill me, which would be pretty funny. Alright, does this get the kill? Yeah, okay. It's fine. We did a decent chunk of damage. They might have Reflect as well, but you might be slower than my Heracross, so hopefully Heracross kills from here. I guess it's double edge. Also, you've healed me, so my Heracross has now... Sorry, did I say... Yeah, they healed me, so my Heracross has lost its burn again, which is pretty annoying since it turns my guts off, but... Oh, Rabombe! Base. Bug. I'm sorry to do this to you, Rabombe, but I need to double edge you. Oh, this is going to hurt me, by the way. I'm going to die to this regardless, but do I at least take him with me? Not quite. Still pretty good, though. That thing might have Draining Kiss as well, and actually, Rabombe is really quick. But are you as quick as my Rabombe? That's the question I've got to ask. Also, the Kiss will not do a lot to Glenn. Alright, in the Battle of Rabombe's, Glenn wins. gonna throw it out there, I might want to grab a poison-type Pokemon. Also, I've just realized I forgot to change my sidebar. Hang on. I'll put a poison-type Pokemon in and then I'll change my sidebar. That might be Venomoth, actually. My bug poisons, as much as I say, you know, there's bug poisons in the game, they're pretty lacking right now. Oh, Steel would also work, actually. Maybe we bring Glade. Yeah, you've got a Steel move. Okay, we'll bring Glade. And I will drop... You know what? I'm going to drop Heracross. Olympus, I like you, but I can't be bothered burning you back to back to back. If only there were an easy way of doing it. Alright. So Galvantula is in here somewhere, so we've got... What is your name again? What are you called? You're the evolution of Shelmet. You are called... I think I just said your name as well. I can't remember it now. It's funny how this happens. I don't know if it happens to anyone else. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but... I just suddenly can't remember it. Escavalier. That's right. Escavalier, can you get back in the ball area, please? Thank you. Then we have... And we're probably almost always going to have Yanmega in the party, since you are, like, one of the few bugs that learn to fly. Accela, you're not here. It's actually Rabombe. Again, Pokemon's going to stay in the party fairly often because it's good. Unlike most of the other bugs, which are not that good. Rabombe, where are you? There you are. We have Galvantula, as I said. Then we have... Centiskorch, is that your name? It is your name. Get in the box, please. Maybe you need to shrink you slightly. Don't worry, it won't hurt. And finally, we have Araquanid, which actually, down the line, Araquanid is going to be in the party a lot more because I think it's like the only bug that learns Surf, so... At some point, I'm going to have an Araquanid permanently in the party, I think. Remind me as well, we should teach that thing Surf. It's by far and away the best special water move it can learn right now. And I think all my Araquanids are like special focused. Actually, let me have a look for a second. What are your stats? Because you're normally better on a physical attack. I mean, you're more of a defensive Pokemon. But yeah, I've given this one a big EV boost to special attack because I needed it at the time. So I might as well give it special attack because I think it's actually higher now than its physical attack. And I think I'll get rid of Bubble Beam over Water Pulse. Water Pulse has always got that very small chance, and I think it's 10% chance of confusion. Bubble Beam has a 10% chance of lowering speed, but I'd rather, I think, risk the confusion than the speed drop. I think it's more meaningful, especially when my bugs have a lot of moves that can do that speed. Actually, one of the nice things about the bugs is a lot of bugs do learn moves that do speed control, so that's nice. It's like a really important thing for, you know, VGC having speed control. The unfortunate thing is I only have bugs to, like, back them up, so I get the speed control, but then, you know, I have to kill them with a bug. And that's the bit where I fall over. Also, I should save the game, since I just killed the legendary birds, and that's not exactly an easy feat. Which you may not believe because I did it first time, but trust me, that can go wrong. Slugma. Slugma what now? X attack is just money. I literally can't use these items on this playthrough because Insane doesn't allow you to use battle items. Graveler, get away from me. I don't want to see you. Partly because when I was doing all this rock smash shenanigans in the other volcano, I kept getting Gravelers and Geodudes for like hours, so I'm sick of seeing them. I didn't remember this, so I have to pick 3 Pokemon to battle a guy with, and I guess the AI is going to come and help me. Okay. If I knew what they were using, Thunderclap could be quite good because it has Discharge. I'm a little bit concerned to bring it otherwise. We're almost certainly going to bring Glenn. I guess I brought Glade because I think we're going to see some fairies, so let's get Glade. Let's get Glenn as well, because he's pretty good damage. And I'll bring Phlegophos. I am a bit alarmed by bringing Phlegophos, because, again, if it's fairies, then we're not going to be great. Oh, it's Vega, the gym leader. Okay, they might be using Dark-type Pokemon, in which case, we're fine. It is Vega. Liepard and Bisharp. Excuse me, that's level 47. My cap is 46, I think. Unless the cap is raised. We have Crocodile. Okay. Oh, wait. Does this have a Defiant? Yeah, Defiant! Stop doing this! My partner's trolling me! Oh my god. And it has Adrenaline Orb. Of course it has Adrenaline Orb. Why wouldn't it in a random battle that they weren't expecting? Well, okay, I see the problem then. I'll take out the Liepard. Oh my god, Crocodile, can you kill the Bisharp, please? Actually, you might be taking out the Bisharp here. That's a great choice. Didn't quite pick up the kill, but I'll take it. Nasty Plot? Sure. I think you're gonna die, though. I also forgot to give Glade an item. I should give him something. And actually, this wouldn't be a bad battle for Heracross either. Versus that Bisharp. 4 times weak to fighting, right? Oh god, it's a Dark Bird. That's not good for me. I think we just make sure we pick up the kill on you. I'm a bit alarmed though to use a ground move, because if Crocodile moves first, and it will move first, and kills the Bisharp, then I always miss on the drill run. I'm actually giving knockoff here, even though it's not effective, and just trying to remove whatever item you're holding. Bisharp has Protect. Okay. Okay, I'm dead. I'm getting hit by a Fire-type move as a Steel Bug. Goodbye. Also, you're not very special defensive. Oh, you're okay, actually. I think you're more of a physical defender, though. Alright, well, this is a bit of an issue. Oh, they have Cacturne and Dusclops. Don't bring in Cacturne, for the love of God. Oh, God. I mean, it might just go from top to bottom, to be honest with you. Does Incinerate? Oh, it only hits their side. We're fine. And a Quick Claw means we go first. That's huge. That actually might matter, because I think Honchkrow may have killed me. That's the Bisharp dead. Now we have 2 Pokemon weak to Honchkrow. As Oblivion Wing, why wouldn't it? I lived, bitch. I think at this point... Oh, you got the negative emotion thing again? Come on. Surely you only have that in your gym. Alright, we finished with Glenn. There are 4 Pokemon left. Drapion used to be a base bug, but no longer is a base bug. It's actually Dark Poison, I think. I could spam Dazzling Gleam, which wouldn't be bad here. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get hit by a fucking Honchkrow poison move, aren't I? I think this will kill Honchkrow, though. And then it's down to my partner to solve this. Yeah, I was gonna say, this will hit me. And I think I'll die, because I'm... Even without the crit, I was dead to that. I'm pretty certain I have no defense stats. Alright, Captain, I need you to 1v3. Actually, no, 2v3, sorry. You've got 2 Pokemon left. Right. I mean, I guess sit back and relax and just see what it can do. Oh my god, it's Mega Absol. Do I put the death in now, or do I wait? You're weak to this as well, right? You're a Dark type at this point. Yeah, okay. My ally has not brought the best Pokemon, let's put it that way. Maybe it's choice. It can only use... okay. holding Eviolite? Because that did a lot of damage. Oh my god. Alright, I stunk up the place a little bit, but so did my partner. Actually, I took some kills. My partner did actually nothing. It's also not choiced, which is good to know. Okay, well, this is obviously not good. But let's see what we can do. What was their lead again? Lipard, right? Let me go grab Heracross. We might need him. Which may also mean I need to burn the Heracross again. Probably not going to use Araquanid. Is there anything else I can do? So when I fought Vega before, I got through via Rabombe, right? Like, that was the big thing that got me through it. But they didn't have Bisharp at the time, and Bisharp is probably the big issue for me right now. So I'd like a fast Pokemon to kill the Bisharp, which I think is going to be my Heracross. So Heracross kills Bisharp. And then that opens up the room for Glenn to get the kill. Then what were the other Pokemon I had to deal with? I've got Honchkrow, which I can one-shot with Glenn. Drapion is the other issue. Which actually, I think is Glade again. I think we bring the same Pokemon, but I just bring them in well, sorry, not the same, but I bring many of the same Pokemon, but I put them in a different order. And then there's some I still not seen, so pray for the other ones. Pray they're not that bad. Also pray that my ally does something. Alright, as I said, I'm going to have to get Heracross burnt again, which I know is not a fun thing, but I need all the stats I can get. Please. A Magby? Anyone seen a Magby around here? In this active volcano? By the way, I'm pretty sure I have to fight Groudon after this, but it's like, I don't fight them, I fight as the ally for it. I think that's occurring now. Alright, give me a burn. Show me the burn. Probably not going to use Night Slash. I'll use Night Slash to try and get the burn on me. Nice. Okay, one-time burn. Perfect. Alright, let me do a save here as well in this current state so I don't have to go through the rigmarole of burning him again. And I'll create a save state. So we're leading with you, and then I'm bringing you and you. I can't believe I'm fighting Vega again. I mean, theoretically, this should be good, right? It's Dark-type Pokemon versus a bunch of bugs, but I have to carry my stupid ally. Don't lead! You see the lead, you see what happens. You intimidate the Bisharp and give it, like, many stat boosts. And I'm pretty sure the Lipard will do nasty plot again. The question is, am I faster than Bisharp? And I'm actually not entirely certain I am, but Heracross is relatively quick, right? Nope, I'm not quicker. Well, that's not good. That's what we call in the business bad. I'm just gonna chalk that down to a death. And we'll reload that. So, okay. So I'm not faster than Bishop, even as a max speed Heracross, and this is actually max speed. How fast is Bishop? Like, as a general rule. I thought he wasn't that quick. I mean, it's a fucking steel man. How quick can you be? It's only 70 as like its base speed. How are you faster than me? I guess it's getting a plus. Is adrenaline 1 speed stage or is it 2? Adrenaline. Probably need to say Pokemon as well, otherwise I'm not going to get the correct search. What the fuck is bag battles? Can you just tell me what the adrenaline orb does? I can't even find it on Google. That's how obscure this item is. I only know it because I've got one of them. 1 stage. How are you faster than me? I don't understand. You must be like max speed Bishop. Max speed, max nature or something. Okay, there's another alternate opening I can go for, but I can lead again with Glade and just go into that slot this time. Hope for the Quick Claw proc, and if it doesn't proc, then I guess a bit of, not even Womp Womp. I don't think he'll attack me, if that's the case. Alright, just gonna speed through this opening while it does the, you know, the adrenaline shit and intimidate. There goes Defiant. So I'm gonna drill run Bishop. Still went into me. Okay, yeah, not very effective. Oh, does this flinch, by the way? I think it has a flinch chance, right? You nasty plot again, but hopefully that's fine. Oh my god, I knew it. I called it. It's going to protect now, right? That's my theory. So I'm going to Scissor the Lipard. Use Sucker Punch instead. I'll take the death. That's so unlucky. I think Ironhead's flinch chance is like, is it 10%? Maybe it's 30, but I didn't think it was that high. Don't save over the last one, please. Like, at least let me see what the optimal, I say optimal, what happens when I get like a reasonable outcome here. Also worth noting, if I wanted to do Toxic Spikes, it won't actually work because they have a Drapion, so they'll suck up the Toxic Spikes. Okay, did low click this time. I don't know why it's like picking certain things and over other things, but I guess the game knew it was going to get a flinch last time. Anyway, we pick up a kill. The problem is I suspect that Lipard's going to have Sucker Punch, so I think Crocodile is dead. On the flip side, though, I can just chase Crocodile now. I was about to say, the problem I've got here, though, is Honchkrow had Overheat, right? So I'm going to die this turn as well, unless Quick Claw activates. And I don't have a good swap in. Everything will die to Honchkrow right now. So I think I just have to eat the hit, which is not really good. Yeah. Actually, maybe Glade would live with a Fire Reduction Berry, because it's not Stab on Honchkrow. And I don't suspect it's got a particularly high special attack. But yeah, the problem now is how do I fight back from this? The Lipard's got a increased stage of attack. I have to kill the Honchkrow because we're both weak to fire. But I need the Cactus to stop the Lipard from killing me. Because it definitely will have some sort of move lethal on me because I have no defense. Alright, didn't target me. You love to see it. Accuracy fell. I don't know what Night Daze is, by the way. What did you just do? You missed your attack? I just noticed. What happened? Drapion. Okay, well, that's Rabombe dead to any attack. I think my best outcome here, because we're so far behind, is get Paralysis on Drapion, Para Flinch. And then, I don't know, the Lipard doesn't kill me. Okay, it's not going to kill me, but if the Drapion breaks through here, I'm dead to any attack. Huge. Okay, we got the Paraflinch. Ally, can you fucking do something with your Dusclops? I don't know what you've done with this. Surely you're holding Eviolite, right? I will help you as well by killing the Lipard. This is Lipard dead. I guess as well, I could have considered Pollen Puffing into the ally slot for healing, but I think that would have also, like, ended in disaster since Drapion, I think, could one-shot either of us. But if this Dusclops was, like, vaguely tanky, I like it. I like the idea of this. I can Pollen Puff you. You can be the carry, Dusclops. Don't worry. Don't break through confusion. Night Slash. Interesting. I'm going to believe in this Dusclops. That it's going to carry me over the line. We really see it the other Pokemon. Oh, it's Absol, I forgot. Oh, this thing is going to have, when it Mega Evolves, is it called Magic Bounce or Magic Guard? Basically, if I try Stun Spore, it will Stun Spore me instead. So I shouldn't do that. I think it'll also turn into a Fairy type, which I don't remember if Fairy resists Fairy. I can't remember if it's like one of those interactions. But I'm going to go for the Moonblast anyway. I'm also not sure I'm faster than 2 level higher than the Absol. Absol's pretty quick, like, it's known as a fast Pokemon. Alright, Rabombe, show me. And by the way, this Rabombe I think is max speed, so if I don't outspeed it, I think there's like almost no Pokemon I've got that will outspeed it. Okay, cool. Accela probably could have got there with Unburden. Huge. The crit may have mattered there as well. That is so big for me. I need Confusion again, though. I'm asking for your Confusion. So yeah, so this is a stalling moveset, I think. I don't know why you've not got, like, Hex, but whatever. Huge. Huge with a capital U. Okay, Spirit Tomb is also a bit of an issue, but I have your one weakness. You used to have no weaknesses until he invented the Fairy type, and I'm going to show you why you have fallen off since then. And I would say fallen off. I don't remember you being particularly hot at the time either. You lived. I'm surprised. That's fine, though. Is it fine? Okay, so that slot is going to eventually die, but I don't have Protect to stall the game out. Okay, that is monumentally big. I keep saying it, but for reals this time, this is monumentally big. I think we just take the kill on the Spirit Tomb here, and I think I could get it via... I think I can get it via Dazzling Gleam. I don't think I'm gonna... Maybe I do risk it. Ah, fuck it, I'll risk it. If I fuck up here, I'm actually extremely sad, considering... I think we've had very good luck on our side. I could also Pollen Puff the Dusclops, actually. Hold on a minute, maybe that's an even better idea. No, it's not a better idea. The Dusclops are going to die this turn, but as long as I get it to a 1v1 Drapion versus Heracross, I think Heracross will win that 1v1. I just need Spirit Tomb to be dead this turn, and I don't know if Spirit Tomb has any healing. I'm actually toying with the idea of not Dazzling Gleam here. Surely Dazzling Gleam picks up the kill from here. I'm just going to lock it in. Has Protect. Okay. Why are you faster than me suddenly? That's good damage. Why have you confused Raid? What are you doing? Oh, it has leftovers. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, we actually could lose this. Because the Draping was faster than me, right? No, okay, we're good. Did it use a priority move? What happened? Why was the Draping faster than me on that turn? It's paralyzed as well. Whatever. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm not paying attention. Actually, maybe I did go first. I can't remember. Anyway, we win. I'm going to save, by the way, because that, I think, could have gone really poorly. As in, I think that should have taken me another day's worth of attempts. But we got through it, so I won't complain. And actually, we played well. I recognized, you know, what we had to do to get through, and we did it. I think there's nothing in here, by the way. I always check out these two rooms, and I'm pretty certain I'm disappointed every single time. Wouldn't this be funny if it's a Shuckle? No. So it's talking about what now? Heat Rock is kind of interesting, but I don't know how much weather shenanigans I'm going to do with my bug party, to be completely honest with you. There are some fiery bugs. So it's not out of the question, but it might take some time. Like, hello? We might get up to Volcarona eventually. Ooh. Puzzle-solving master. Oh, I thought this is the other reason why I need Heracross in the party. There's not many bugs that learn Strength or Rock Smash. And Heracross, again, fulfills that niche. So like I said that Yanmega is going to be in the party a lot, I think Heracross will be in the party a lot as well. Stealth Rock is a great TM. Very good for setting up entry hazards. Excuse me, do I need to kill you? Also want to point out in that last battle, I only used 2 by Pokemon. You never know that 2 health might matter, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Actually, I know I can bring myself to do it. I'll use a potion on that. Where are my potions? Like, they're just sat in my inventory, stinking up the place. You can heal too. And I should lead with Glenn. Assuming this is actually a real battle. Okay. Maybe I've just killed someone, but maybe I also released their soul and they can live a happier life in the afterlife, maybe? That's what I'm going to choose to believe. A Max Revive, I will never use one of them. I will always get too good to use Syndrome on those things. And a lava cookie, do I really want to eat it? I found a cookie in a volcano. Yeah, so this is, I believe, Primal Groudon I'm looking at right now. Oh, right, oh my god. This actually might be the end of the playthrough. He uses my Pokemon and I have to tell him to fight or switch. Okay. About this, Marlon. Am I using his Pokemon? I don't remember what happens here. I remember this being weird, though. Yep, that's Primal Groudon. Okay, he's using my Pokemon. I'm gonna let you know, Marlon, there is no save swap here, so... Not what I would have picked. I definitely would have tried to paralyze that thing. Yeah, I was going to say, why? You did get the special attack drop, so huge. Maybe you know better than me. Goodbye, Glenn. Hey, I may need to bring Araquanid into this battle. By Araquanid, I mean all 5 Araquanids. Okay, what is the other out here? Flinching with Heracross. That's the other out here. I'm slower? Excuse me? Oh, well, that's actually the end of days. Because that's my second fastest Pokemon in my party, so I think we are in trouble. Actually, maybe you're not. I think you might be faster as well. I don't know what to do here. You don't have any speed moves. Hopefully we get paralysis. Okay, you're not faster. I think this is where our story ends. It's fine. I'll come back with 5 Araquanids. I'm good for them. Might as well get this out of the way. You do have a Quick Claw, though. Alright, still got a proc, though. I say I bring the Araquanids as well. Doesn't Desolate Land mean you can't use Water-type moves at all? Oh, interesting. Really bad as well, by the way. It has a Rock coverage move. Okay, well... Huh. Here's the thing, my friend. I personally may have used Detect there to, you know, try and get a bit of a speed up, but I guess you know better, and you decided not to use Detect there. Houston, we have a problem. Like, I can put Araquanids in as well, but... Let me just quickly check if I'm right. I'm pretty certain I'm right. Desolate Land stops water moves being used at all. Right? Yeah, water type attacks evaporate and have no effect. So... yeah, if I bring in Araquanid, he can't use his water-based moves, which is a bit of a problem when these other moves are bug-based moves. I really need the AI to actually, like, be smart here and put paralysis on it. Wait, it can't, can it? It's a ground type, right? It's fire ground. Maybe the AI is smarter than me. Although I say that, it can't with Thunder Wave, which is what I was just thinking of. Primal Groudon. Let me just have a look at this thing. You know, just for the sake of it. Actually, let me look at it on their actual Pokedex. Yeah, Ground Fire. That's about right. It has 100 stats in health. Pretty good. Better than, like, all my bugs. It has 180 in attack. Definitely better than every bug I've got. 150 defense. Better than almost all bugs I've got except for one. You don't want to fuckle with. And actually might be the bug that I tried to use to beat you. Although, the AI will be stupid. 150 special attack. Again, higher than most of my bugs. Special defense only 90. And speed 90. So it's actually not that quick. But fast enough at the very least. Well... Okay, let me have a look at this. Glenn was faster. He was the only Pokemon that was faster. His speed stat is 124 base, 252 EVs. So, yeah, you're not faster, that tracks. But I think I might have my other Galvantula I said I was never going to use ever again. Thunder Snow. I made you very quick. Now, I will say, I didn't give you any attacking things, but... You can't discharge as well, that's right. I just said this, you're a ground type, so discharge won't work. But I think you're theoretically fast enough. Alright, let me withdraw... Let me bring out an Araquanid because... I'm going to have to look at what I can do to one of these bad boys. And yeah, getting a rock type move on my fire bug is just the end of days, so Sensor Scorch can't do anything. I guess the question is, can 6 Ribombes beat Primal Groudon? That's the question I'm gonna have to ask here. Because no one here is gonna live through an attack. It has to be something to do with this party that I've got on my screen right now. Between these guys, we need to find a route to victory. And even then, I think Araquanid is not going to have a happy day. Because I think it would die in one rock move. I can give him the rock berry and I think he would survive that way. But it only matters if I can give you a move that does maybe like a modicum of damage to this guy. So Primal Groudon, his weaknesses are going to be ground, right? It's his only weakness. So I need some ground moves, which is very unfortunate because my books are lacking in ground-based moves. Let's put it that way. Does anyone learn Bulldoze? No. Bad. Very bad. And I don't... Maybe the AI is smart enough. Accela could potentially do something as well. Let me grab his Accela. Let me grab Dingle. And see if it's fast enough. Yeah, you're pretty quick. You're 145 base. You only have 4 EVs, though, so I might have to grab... Was the AI smart enough to do the Unburden strats? I bet you it's not. Anyway, I'll put you in here for now, because I could make you fast enough. You don't learn Bulldoze either. I didn't really expect you to be honest with you. Struggle Bug, probably not great into Primal Groudon. But actually, no, it's not going to be good enough. Is Butterfree fast enough? That's an actual interesting question I've just thought of. If Butterfree is fast enough, do you think the AI is smart enough to put it to sleep? Butterfree, how fast are you? I've got a horrible feeling you're not that quick. Yeah, you're pretty slow, actually. You are 20 speed stats base lower than this Groudon, and I'm pretty certain, knowing the way this game works and this insane difficulty works, it's going to have 252 stats in speed EVs. And 252 in all other EVs, by the way. Does anyone learn Self-Destruct? Or Explosion, sorry, that would also work. Venoshock, get Poison maybe, and then Prey. Steal its orb and then hopefully like turns back into the other form. What the fuck do I do? I could give it... Wait, does Araquanid learn Light Screen? I could give it Light Screen. Oh, it doesn't learn it. Okay. I could make a support Ribombe that's pure job is to do Light Screen, but again, I don't trust the AI to use that move. Unless I disable every other move, which I can do. I can delete all other moves. I make one that only knows Light Screen. Hidden Powers is an interesting idea. Maybe one of them's got Hidden Power Ground. I don't know, man. This looks pretty bad. I'm just 99% certain the AI is not smart enough to do the Unburden strats. If it was, then maybe we have a chance. Fuck, teaching them round might be the best option here. Okay, let me for science some of this. And I think the first one is Accela fast enough? The second thing I want to check... Well, I just bring out this party of misfits. Also, did I put a death on my counter? I can't remember. I think I did. What I want to know is firstly Dingle faster. Second thing I want to know is, do you live if I put a Rock Berry on you? Because I think that is the move they'll use. You are 2 times weak to it, but only 2 times. And you're actually pretty tanky. Let's be real. Are you actually going to use the Citrus Berry AI? Please say you are. If also we're going to use Dingle, I probably should give him a move that he can actually use, like a damaging move, because currently he hasn't got one. And I think the poison play made was the better idea. Where's Venoshock? I don't know if Venoshock can actually poison, but... You don't need Double Team, also I can reteach you Double Team if I change my mind. And yeah, I think this is the current strat. I can't burn it either to lower its stats. I need the AI to recognize that it needs to do Stun Spore as the opening move. Otherwise, we can't beat it. I need to troll the Pokemon a little bit. Alright, I'll give you a hodgepodge of items as well that maybe matter. Flamethrower is not physical, so that doesn't matter. I'll give one of you a life orb, sure. You're gonna die in one hit anyway, so you might as well hold it. And actually, the other item I want is on Yanmega right now. Where's Yanmega gone? Maybe we get lucky with this. Alright, well, this is weird. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty certain I could beat this thing if I was battling, but I've got an alarming feeling. How am I going to beat it with the AI? I need to make it, like, extremely stupid, the strategy, for them to recognize it. Oh, there's an item here. That zinc is going to change the course of all battles. I'll do a save here as well, sorry, just so it's close to the ladder. Just on the off chance this does actually matter, but I got a horrible feeling this is going to not matter, because I don't think the AI is smart enough. The other thing I'm going to learn about this, before I actually check the files myself, I'll figure out how quick this thing actually is, because Glenn is the fastest of the Ribombes. The other ones are actually slightly slower. You're attacking. Also, its stats rose, by the way, so it's got some sort of Omni boost. It did Moonblast again, which is the wrong play. It got a great result, though, but it's not going to matter. Ribombe 1 is down. First question. Do you survive through the rock attack? Also, he might do something not the rock attack. I don't even know what Cliff Blades is, but it missed. I'll take it. So use Lunge as your next best attack, which is really sad, because I think it's like 0.25 damage into it. I am slowly like tanking their stats though, which is pretty funny. I assume this is a signature move. Okay, it's a ground-based move, and it's only half damage, which means the rock-type move doesn't kill. So actually, Araquanid with a reasonable move could get me there. If we get Araquanid with Hidden Power Ground, it unironically might work. It also has Solar Beam. Wait. Oh no, it's Sun, so Solar Beam goes off in one turn. I was going to say, you have to recharge now, but that's not the way that works. Okay, Araquanid actually is giving me hope. Not this Araquanid, but like, I could make a squad of Araquanids to fight this thing, and I think the AI would get there eventually. I'd have to look up in the thesaurus how many different ways I could use the word mangrove or tropical forest, but that's fine. That's something I'm willing to do. Alright, next question is Dingle fast enough? It is. Okay. So this thing's not crazy quick then. It's pretty fast. I'll give it that. It's fairly sharpish, but... And we've seen all of its moves now, right? What was it? It was Rock Slide, Flamethrower, Cliff Blades, and Solar Beam. So yeah, Araquanid's actually pretty well placed to fight this thing. And the AI will not use Stun Spore, is the other thing I've learned. Unless I explicitly deleted every other move, I think it won't do it. So that might actually be the other thing I need to recognize. There is a move deleter in this game, and maybe the purpose of the move deleter is for this fucking battle. I can delete all but Stun Spore, get it to try and do Stun Spore, hit a Stun Spore, and then maybe like, I mean, it's 1/3, well, roughly 1/3 of moves that will basically womp, right? And they won't go off. Alright, that's another death in the death counter, but we've actually learned some things here. I'll also say this is probably going to be where the episode ends, because I'm going to have to actually put a squad together specialized to deal with this. Oh, the other thing I might be able to do, actually, just while I'm thinking about all of this. How quick is Vesper Queen? Because if I put Toxic on that thing, I might just be able to win by just purely grinding Pokemon into the meat grinder. How fast are you? You're extraordinarily slow. Okay, that's fair enough. I kind of was worried that that was going to be the case. If I could have Focus Sash, that could possibly be a strategy, but I don't have Focus Sash at this point in the game. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode, YouTube. If you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Everything helps me out, and I'll see you again next time for 6 Araquanids, maybe, taking on Primal Groudon. Goodbye!